Hello everybody, it's Catherine, and I thought I would just do something a little bit different, give you a new idea for doing your bunny as your embellishment for if you're taking part in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which obviously I am. And you need to go and join the Facebook. There is a Facebook group there where there's some fantastic work being shown on there, and don't be intimidated if you know you are new to stitching. Everybody does it differently, and even I've been doing it for a long time. Mine doesn't look professional by any means, because that's my style of stitching. I like it raggedy and not looking as if I've passed exams in fine embroidery or whatever. But this is what I'm going to do for mine, and it's a technique that I use in my journals, and it's really useful thing. So I've got my sewing machine set up here, and I'm going to turn paper into fabric. So I've got two images here. Hope you can see that, because I'm just putting it on top of the sewing machine. Two images of bunnies. These are from the kit I'm using at the minute, the Winter's Wonderland from My Porch Prints, and you can see the paper, and I'm going to sew on it, and sort of that stabilizes in it, makes it into paper cloth really. So what you need to do is your sewing machine, set it on a stitch that's quite interlinked. I've got like a bit like a herringbone type stitch, and if you have got something along those lines, I mean, I've even got my little cheap Janome that was less than £100 that I just take to sewing class for doing a bit of quilting and what have you. It has got like a herringbone type stitch on there, even though it's only got six or seven stitches on it. So look for the nearest to that. If you haven't, then do a very tight zigzag. You can alter the stitch length and the width of your stitch, of your zigzag stitch, which will make it more interlinked. So consider that. So I've got my bunny here, and basically it's a matter of working up and down in close proximity. So I'll show you. You'll have to excuse it if you don't like the noise in the machine. Turn your sound down. I'm just going to do a couple of rows so you can see how it starts to build up. I'll just do this one row and I'll show you the stitching, and then I'll carry on doing this off camera for you. Make it go faster, but sometimes I find that if you have it going too fast when you're stitching paper, it can start coming unthreaded and doing funny things. Okay, so I'm just going to take this out of the machine. I'm just going to snip that off, snip your ends off, so you can see, hopefully you can see that I've got my herringbone stitch down there, and I'm just going to carry on doing rows next to each other, and you'll find then that it'll make it very cloth-like in its appearance. Okay, so I'm just going to stop it there, because you know I'm just going to do the same. Okay then, so there is my finished piece. It's all sewn. Now the other thing that I didn't do, and I should have done really, is swap my needle down for a smaller, say an 80 machine needle. This is 100 because if I'm going through loads of layers or thick fabric, I like to have a bigger needle in, a thicker needle, and as you can see it's punched through, which is fine. It depends what you're going to use it for. I'm going to put it in my book for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, so I'll just get my page out there, so hopefully you can see that. That's my background. And then I'm going to stitch my fabric, which is now Fabric Bunny, on. And it's a way of using images. You know, if you want to use paper images that you like the look of and you want to use it in your work, stabilise it with some stitch. You can put some wadding on the back, or you can put some Pelmet stabiliser on it if you want a thicker project, or you can just put a dry wet wipe on the back, give it a bit of stability that way. Now, just the other thing I want to show you that you can do if you haven't got a sewing machine and you want to make your image more fabric-like and less likely to rip, you just keep scrunching it up. Scrunch it. You can put a bit of oil on your hands as well, and keep scrunching it up, because at the end of the day, paper is just made up of fabric fibres. So, you know, keep doing that with it, and again, you know, that you'll be able to sew that down as your image, and it's a little bit more stable in that format than if you're just putting a piece of paper on. Alright, so it's a short, quick video for you, but I hope that's given you a bit of food for thought. A different way of being able to do your embellishments if you are taking part in this stitchery, I nearly said contest then, challenge. And I also like to use it in my journals and things, just gives a little bit of added interest. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.